Alright, looks like we are live now. Hey everyone, Demeech here, and Andre from Game Explain, playing Wii Sports Club. I did a review of this game today, and calling it a weird game is quite the understatement. This game is very bizarre, so much so to the point where I'd actually call it somewhat obscure. Captain Charisma, good afternoon, and a random guy, and Garfeldi, Garfeldi. I got that right. But yeah, Captain Charisma, I know you are a huge advocate for the Wii U. I'm not sure if you played Wii Sports Club, because, I've seen the physical copies. Fortunately, I got mine when it was relatively inexpensive, but even then, it was like 40 bucks, which I thought was too much at the time, but my goodness, it is going for way too high of a price now. Have I played Fall Guys? No, I haven't. Although, if I trip, I might fall down, and I guess you could call this Fall Guy Wii Sports Club. That's an annoying orange pun. That's a level of annoying orange. But, yeah, this is Wii Sports Club. I haven't started it yet. Oh, GameCube games, forget about it. At this rate, you're better off just modifying a Wii and using Nintendo. Yeah, of course I like Breath of the Wild. So I'm gonna let you guys choose what sport I play first. I'm really good at bowling. Actually, you know what? I think we'll start off with that, and then after that, you guys could choose a sport. So, we have 5 sports to choose from. We have 3 variations of tennis. No, I'm just kidding. This is the Wii U. Oddly enough, the Switch is pretty much exempt from all criticism. We have tennis, bowling, golf, baseball, and boxing. And, let's see, Morbi Ganahu. Interesting name. I hate you can't throw the bowling ball back in Switch Sports. I don't even know where to begin, because I started playing that, and you might be surprised how I feel. My thoughts weren't exactly what I expected the game to be, but I'll let you decide whether or not those thoughts are positive or negative. I will show you guys that you can actually use a bowling ball backwards here, and you can change the color. I'm gonna definitely do that, but the funny Mario Kart guy is playing the funny sports game. I wouldn't say this is so much of a funny game, it's a rather weird game. So is volleyball. Yeah, the online's okay. Alex, what the hell are you doing? If there's a storm, you don't need to worry about a Wii Sports Club livestream. Stay safe, man. If it's just a regular thunderstorm, you'll be fine. But if there are tornadoes, or if it's like a hurricane, then I don't think you should be watching a Wii Sports Club stream. But I will say, if you're watching a stream during a storm, I'm glad you're not watching one for Switch Sport. Oh my gosh, there's a tornado. Dude, please, by all means, stay safe first. We get tornado warnings sometimes. What is the worst classic Mario Party? Are we talking any of them developed by Hudson, or are we talking the numbered entries? Miitopia is awesome. I don't know why Nintendo decided to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They created the best and most advanced Mii editor, and then we get these bootleg Wii Sports rip-off Sportsmates, but we won't really talk about it too much, because I've talked about it too much. I don't know who Skill Shaper is. Why Wii Sports Club, not only Wii Sports? Well, this is the only Wii Sports game in HD that I want to play. I play bowling in this, it's actually pretty fun. So, everyone knows that the bowling ball comes in different colors. And I just want to make sure I'm not the only one who thinks this. Does the green ball look like a watermelon to anyone else? It always has to me, and this game's no exception. I did not play Project Plus, but I've seen it before. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is a game I used to play all the time, and I will say that it's the most ambitious Smash Bros. Game in terms of content. You had Subspace, you had all kinds of really cool newcomers, the trophies were awesome. I do think that Smash Ultimate has the best core gameplay, but I wish it had the trophies, because really, that was a lot of the experience for me. Mario Party 8, I heard, was decent. Yeah, I don't understand why they put the Sportsmates in Switch Sports. They're not appealing to look at, and guess what, guys? There's barely any customization. Thank you, Noah. See, I wish more people could be like you, where it's okay to have different opinions, even if you like the game. We're allowed to have opinions. If you don't like opinions, there's Twitter. Will the rest of Switch Sports Review come out as an update in the fall? I'm gonna make some update video, kind of as a joke. I think that was mainly in the GameCube era, after Wind Waker was revealed, because people love Wind Waker now, but the realistic Zelda that they wanted at the time, Twilight Princess, looks pretty rough. But let's begin. So, I'm gonna have an iced coffee and bowl at the same time. That is peak YouTuber. Alright. So, you guys want to see the bowling ball thrown backwards? Oh, let's see. Let's do that again. How about another time? And one for good luck. Oh, and look! There's me in the background. If you guys see it, there is Dimitri. Spend the rest of the stream doing this. Ah, what the heck. One more time. See that face, emo Dimitri. Couldn't be a claw machine. So, if you see the movement, it's in sync perfectly with the way how I'm holding the Wii remote. Of course, if you have issues with the motion, you can press the pause button and just leave the Wii remote down and calibrate it. I usually do that before, even if it doesn't seem like there's any problems, just to make sure it's on a really good note. Yeah, Wii Sports Club, it's forgotten in the sense of, you know, people don't look back on it like they did with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Obviously because the Wii U didn't sell well, but this game was a flop. It didn't sell well. It's a remake of a game that's already playable on the Wii U, and it's not a particularly good remake either. But I will say that I do think the presentation, at least, can be good in some areas. Even though it's not the prettiest looking game, I will say that it has the character of Wii Sports at the very least. Like, even if this isn't a great game, this is definitely Wii Sports. Alright, boxing was messed up. I prefer Action 52, to be honest. So if you played bowling in Resort, playing it in Club is very similar, but it's a little more precise. I pretty much boot up Club exclusively to play bowling and sometimes golf. Oh man. Don't you guys not like when that happens? Let's see if my oh, it worked! I had to split my attention. Yeah, of course I'll do online. You guys, let me know if you're able to play Wii Sports Club, because if I see people in the chat who want to play it online, the lobby is pretty much in a barren wasteland, so you don't even need a friend code or anything. So let me know. I've noticed a lot of casual Nintendo games on the Switch don't really have an identity. Like, they all have this very unbranded look. That's not to say the games are bad, but I feel like Game Builder Garage would be more successful if it was either tied to something like WarioWare DIY 2, or even if it was another series. But I miss the Mii's for that reason, because even though the... Oh, whoa, oh no! That was close. With updates, you can update a game and keep players engaged, but it has to have enough content. I feel like in the Switch era, only one game has done it correctly. Actually, two. Super Mario Maker 2, although I will say the World Builder was sort of a game changer. And then New Pokemon Snap, but that only got like one update. But New Pokemon Snap is completely finished. It's a great game. Bandai Namco is a great developer. I would say that they're probably my favorite. Stay in school, don't join a Wii Sports Club stream. Alright, let's see some of the comments. I don't play Sonic, like, regularly. I would say I'm a fan of the series. Sonic Frontiers looks good, though. I hope that now they finally realize that they should take their time and not rush games out. Dabbing is rated E for everyone. Okay. Keaton, if you want to play Wii Sports Club, let me know. Anyone is welcome. So let me know when you're on the Wii U, so let's test out the online. Yeah, I think really just a rule of thumb for Nintendo games now, just take a look at the games that get paid DLC versus free DLC. Why is it that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe got paid DLC, where Mario Golf and Tennis got free DLC? It's because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, regardless of it being a Wii U port, launched with a good amount of content. But I've gotten into that so much, but... You know, I think the cracks are starting to show. I think that Mario Strikers will be the final straw for Nintendo fans. If that game ends up being a disappointment, I think that's when you're going to see a bunch of Nintendo fans leave. Oh, you have to hook up your Wii U. I have mine hooked up all the time. This is one console that I can guarantee you guys, it doesn't get dust. Sell your Wii U to a pawn shop? I would hold on to it if I were you, because the Wii U will only go up in value, and I'll tell you how. What's probably going to happen is that people will lose the gamepad. So if you have your console with the gamepad, I guarantee you, a few years from now, it's going to be worth some money. I bet you Mario Strikers will be very unfinished with paid DLC. There's been talks about microtransactions or something like that. I'm not much of a Zelda guy, but I will say Breath of the Wild is better than Ocarina of Time simply because it's more open, less linear. That's not saying linear games are a bad thing, but I do prefer open world for most things. I can't wait for GameCube games to eventually just go down in price. I got most of mine in 2012, so yeah, most of them were dirt cheap. I'm thinking of the GameCube games that I didn't pick up initially that I eventually got later. Yeah, it was Thousand Year Door, that was one of them, but that I got in 2018 for $33. Mario Party 6, I got that for like $50, and Chibi Robo cost $100. That's the most I'll ever pay for a game. So let's play another round of bowling. Yeah, I do tell Nintendo with my wallet that I don't support what they're doing. I'd rather just throw $50 in the garbage than buy their online expansion for the Switch. I love to play broken Nintendo 64 games. Yeah, I heard the Mario movie got delayed, and I'm intrigued to say the least of what it's going to be. Considering its Illumination, I'm pretty sure it'll be a play-it-safe, kind of boring movie. The 2018 Grinch movie is one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. Or, in the other case scenario, it's going to be a weird fever dream of a movie. Funnily enough, The Grinch from 2000 would kind of qualify for that. Especially Cat in the Hat. I'd rather take the bizarre take on Mario than just generic stuff. I mean, we had how many years of New Super Mario Brothers? Let's see. Well, technically, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is the defining 2D Mario game on the Switch, if you don't count Mario Maker. Yeah, Nintendo seems to keep on throwing things into the expansion pass, instead of, improving the servers. Yet again, Nintendo can't afford servers because it costs money. A billion-dollar company needs to save money. The entire gimmick is doing the unordinary? What are we referring to here? Yes, I will agree with you. Mario 3D World is not just better on the Switch, but it's really the only port that I could say with confidence is worth double dipping for. Mostly because of Bowser's Fury, but just the game overall feels so much better. I would also say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition would also count, but with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's really just dependent on whether or not you like the battle mode. If you want the battle mode, it definitely is worth getting. I got it, of course. But, yeah, 3D World, I can say hands down, whether or not you owned it on the Wii U, certainly worth getting again. Is Nintendo the Apple of gaming? I would say that, in some ways, yes. If we're talking about the downfall, it's a little bit different, though, because with Apple and Nintendo, what they do, or what they were known for, is refining a concept and making it popular, Apple did not create the first MP3 player or smartphone, but they were the first to define what it should be, and they incorporated innovative features. I would say every iPhone up until the 5 was innovative and introduced something genuinely new and sort of revolutionary. Like, let's see, we got the original iPhone, which was pretty much just the most basic smartphone, but at the time, it was very cool. It got popular with the iPhone 3, and the 3GS came later. That's when it was starting to get really good. I think the iPhone 4 really just set the standard for modern smartphones we have today. And the 4S introduced Siri, which I don't use the voice assistants, but it definitely has been useful for a lot of people. And back then, Android phones were... There's a stereotype that Android phones were cheaply made, and if you go back to the mid-2010s or early 2010s, that's definitely true. If you look at a lot of the early Samsung S phones, they were made out of plastic, and sometimes they didn't look too good. But I would rather have a phone that doesn't look as pretty, but has features that I want to use. The Galaxy S5 was the last phone that had every feature I could ever want from a smartphone. It has a removable battery, a headphone jack, micro SD card support, and it had powerful specs for the time. Soshi! The annoying orange is going to join the stream too. So I'm going to read more comments. But the thing with Apple now is, ever since Steve Jobs passed away, none of the iPhones have really been revolutionary. I will say that iPhones have sort of evolved into being nothing more than a fashion statement. If you look at most Android phones, they always have better specifications and are often less expensive, but iPhones are more trendy, and in the US specifically, nearly everyone owns an iPhone, so there is attachment to that brand. But the thing I don't like is when Apple does stupid stuff, other companies think it's okay. I don't understand why phones are now $1,000 and don't even have a headphone jack, and especially a micro SD card. With the micro SD card specifically, it's not just additional storage. If your phone breaks, the SD card's gonna be fine, so it definitely provides a level of protection that you couldn't get just by having the internal storage. And if you want to get something like a cloud service, that's a subscription every month, but with an SD card, it's just a one-time payment. I'm definitely going to do a rant about that, because I have not been interested in getting a new phone since they started removing features. Mainly because of Samsung, but I heard Sony's phones still have useful features. Also, I don't care how unpopular of an opinion this is, AirPods look stupid. There's no reason why they should have the stem. They literally look like headphones that are just... or earbuds that are cut off with the wire. That's all AirPods are. They look crappy. They look stupid. At least with Samsung, their wireless headphones look somewhat good. I think it always looks goofy with the Bluetooth stuff, to an extent, but no more than AirPods. Yet they're popular anyway because Apple put their little logo on it. I've used my sister's once. The quality of the audio, it's not good. I have better audio quality for my $30 Sony earbuds, and those are wired. Dimitri, respect your opinion. I went on an entire tangent about Apple. Okay, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, I understand and I appreciate what Pokemon has done recently with games like Legends Arceus, but I can't help but wonder, how are they making these games in less than a year? That's pretty scary to think about. Because if you saw the yearly releases about... Yeah, Sword and Shield were a bust. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were a bust as well. Even worse. And then Legends Arceus is great. And then they're announcing Gen 9 later this year. As I always say, yearly releases only work for Just Dance and Hudson Mario Party. I'm gonna throw the ball back while I tell you what my least favorite Mario Party is from the Golden Era. So I would probably say, if we're including everything, Mario Party Advance, but that's kind of a cop-out. The thing is, I don't really know much about Mario Party. It's a series that I definitely do play sometimes, but I'm not as invested in it as with the other Mario games, which is weird to think about, because you'd think I'd love Mario Party, but if I had to choose one from the golden era, I would probably say Mario Party 8 simply because it doesn't run as well as the ones on the GameCube. Mario Party DS is really good. I know it's a handheld iteration of Mario Party, but that didn't stop it from being a fully fleshed out Mario Party on a handheld. And I do think it was creative that they decided to have the characters shrink because they're on the DS. That was also the last Mario Party made by Hudson. Who is worse, Nintendo or Sega? Nintendo is still making consoles, so Nintendo. The thing is, Sega's decisions, you don't have as many people excusing them. Oh, really just got into Pokemon during X and Y? Sun and Moon are going to be the next Gen 5. Trust me when I say that. People criticize it now, but then they're going to look back and say, these games are really cool. This is a really creative game. I think Sun and Moon were great. What are my thoughts on Yoshi's New Island? It's just pretty much a play it safe Yoshi's Island game. I actually got it for a Club Nintendo Platinum reward. It's alright. It's nothing great. The music isn't good. What is it, or what is up with Crafted World? Because I see so many people dislike that game. Probably because of the music? Like, the music, yeah, it does have the kazoo thing. They definitely gotta stop doing that. But I found the game to be really fun and really creative. The best way I can describe it is kind of like a 3D game, or 2D game that plays like a 3D game, because there are different areas to explore, you do different missions. That'd be for an interesting video. What do you think about the 3DS ports when the Switch launched? Yeah, I'm down to play bowling online. Now, it does save your progress here, but I could play bowling anytime on my own. So, you guys, I'm setting up an online lobby for bowling. So we are actually going to see the Wii Sports Club bowling alley actually have some people. Oh, there's actually a Prince Edward Island club. And Alaska. I couldn't imagine many people from Alaska are playing this. At least Delaware seems to be doing quite well. Reggie Yellow Shoe Fizame, I'm doing great. Alright, anyone who wants to play Wii Sports Club, just go over to the online. We're going to play some bowling. So, I tried not to talk about Switch sports in this stream, but I'd say it's about as difficult to do as it is for Reese to stop talking about Paper Mario. But it's actually relevant here. When they said online was going to be in Switch Sports, this is what I had in mind, because in Wii Sports, this is a game that specifically really anyone can get, and it's supposed to be accessible. And primarily it's a local multiplayer experience. The option for online is nice, but it shouldn't revolve around that. That doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure Mario Strikers will be mediocre. Oh! Berto, is that you? Why am I playing Wii Sports Club on the Wii U? Why am I not? Why aren't I? I love the Wii U. You could still get the game if you want to. I can't believe the lobby actually has some people. Tyler and Berto, I want to see if you guys are part of the stream or if it's strangers I ran into. Oh, wow. No, these are fans of the channel. This is going to be so cool. Now, I will ask you guys who has a physical copy of Wii Sports Club. You can still get it digitally, and if you want, you could still rent it for $2 a day. Oh, well, hold on. Let me see. I'm one of the hosts on the SpongeBob Movie Rehydrated collab. Oh, I think I saw that it was put back up, but yeah, if you're part of the project, you did a great job. I feel like you guys have a lot of talent, and I want to make sure that you guys get to, let the world see your work, regardless of what Viacom does. Oh, Aces is gonna look like Game of the Year. Well, Wii U certainly had a lot of Mario games. Alright. Tyler and Berto. This broadcast is brought to you by Justin Berti. Alright. Let's see how the online works. You do have to take your turns while playing bowling, but that's okay. I'm patient. I might need to calibrate the remote, but let's see. Yeah, I think I'll calibrate it after I get this down, because something feels kind of off, but nice spare! Oh, and you can even say stuff. I did it. I'm using tilt controls. I mean, I don't think you could play this game without tilt controls. Justin Berti is a very cool guy. It's making the same mistakes as Aces and then some. Yeah, the reason why people don't like criticism of games is because gaming can create very memorable experiences, and for some people, the gaming that they do, like if they love video games, or specifically Nintendo, they consider that part of their identity. So what happens is when you criticize something like Mario Tennis Aces, in their mind, you're criticizing them. But obviously, most of you know that I only criticize games and not the people who play the games. Like when I say Switch Sports is crap, I'm saying a video game, a product is crap. When I say Wii Sports Club is, I would say at best this is an average game, at worst below average because of boxing and baseball. But online's working surprisingly well. I've heard this stuff about Nintendo of America. Reggie made a statement about it today. Nice strike. With that situation, until things are more confirmed, then we'll start to learn a little bit more about it. For now, these are just accusations about mistreatment at Nintendo of America. I will say the company it's gotten to the point where it seems like something kind of sketchy is going on. Oh, you almost got it. Yeah, the employee thing, if it's true, I can't say I'm too surprised, and something needs to be done about that. But for now, there's not enough evidence about what's going on in Nintendo of America. I saw people on Twitter saying they worked at Nintendo, when clearly it's just some account wanting attention. Yeah, it's interesting hearing what Reggie said. So apparently Nintendo has been doing things such as they're trying to be anti-union or something. A union is used for employees to get what they think is ethical treatment. They were formed mostly throughout the early 1900s when labor wasn't regulated and people were being overworked to the point where they were working for almost like 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. So with unions, it set a standard for working conditions to be ethical and good for whoever is working. Nowadays, it would mainly apply to just not crunching employees and just treating them fairly and treating them ethically. So if Nintendo is anti-union, they could be overworking their employees. This is specifically at Nintendo of America. You just join the online lobby in Wii Sports Club. It is very sketchy because if you look at what's going on with Nintendo, you can see that a lot of their products are underdeveloped. And I'm starting to wonder if employee morale is low, which is why there's not the amount of, ambition put into their work. Yeah, I wish crunch culture would go away. You don't need to get used to corporate culture. Japan is entirely different in terms of work ethic. Work hours can be extremely long, and yeah, I think there needs to be a good balance between work and personal life. For me, work is just something that is used as a key to unlock features in life. You shouldn't live to work, you should work to live. And you should be able to find a job that you like doing. That makes it even better. Don't ever give up hope. Try out different things, see if it works well for you. If you like art, colleges, they usually have a work-study program, and you could work in the art studio. I did that, and it's been great. And YouTube has finally taken off, and the good thing is, I'm able to make videos that I actually want to make, because beforehand, I was making mostly Switch news and rumor videos, and I did try to add more to the conversation, but that is not something I wanted to do frequently, because I felt like they weren't creative or interesting. Whereas with Trash or Treasure, I can include all kinds of interesting things and give my input, and make the videos high quality. That's what I've been trying to do, and I will say that, you know, it's been awesome doing YouTube. I love taking requests. If you have any requests for games, yeah, I do make money off YouTube. Alright, like they actually gave Shadow Mario taunts. Yeah, Toadstool Tour is great. I can't think of a bad Mario game on the GameCube. Or, well, Mario Party 9 on the Wii. If we count Wario Master of Disguise, then yeah, DS would have bad Mario games. Breath of the Wild, Trash or Treasure. I don't know of anyone who called that a bad game. I'm trying to think of a name for a series that exclusively covers good games. I was thinking of Treasure Trove. But one of the things I know, or Mario Party 8. I think Mario Party 8 is an interesting idea, but I'm thinking Mario Party 9 would be more interesting. What do you guys think? Kaiten, you're in the live stream now, so feel free to share any of your opinions on games. What club do I do? I think you just go online, or bowling, online, play with anyone. I did not know the difficulty was unlocked in the PAL version of the game. Luigi's Mansion had an exclusive difficult mode in the PAL version. Wii Party would be interesting. That's actually, I think that's the only Wii game I don't own. The Wii game in the Wii series. I actually have my collection in front of me, so if you guys want to know what Wii games I have, I will let you know after I bowl. But the online works surprisingly well. There's no lag, everything controls well. Very impressed. And I'm glad you guys were able to play. Oh, Wii Chess is another thing. If someone does that, just ignore it and laugh. Wii Party, I heard, was really cool. Offensive towards raccoons? That would be 3D Land. Although those are Tanukis. Oh yeah, I heard about the bots on Switch Online. At least with Wii Sports Club, when the bowling alley's empty, it is actually empty. It never tries to trick you. Mario Kart Tour did something like that, when the game didn't even launch with multiplayer. Okay, so, I'm looking at my collection of Wii games. Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Music too. Wii Play Motion, Wii Fit Plus, and I do have Wii Party U. I got Wii Party U the other day. I saw it at a GameStop, and I was very intrigued. That is the one game that I was very surprised to see. Well, thank you, Luigi Estevez Spongy Pie. What a username that is. Is it referencing Sheen Estevez? That'd be cool. So she likes All-Stars Brawl. I gotta check that game out someday. Wii Music would be fun to do. Well, yeah, all the party games are for multiplayer. Gotta say, Tyler and Berto, you guys are doing a good job. I've mostly played what people call the classic Sonic games. Our game's still going on, so you have to join after that. I think it's funny that Switch Sports, out of all games, Nintendo's trying to make an e-sport, whereas with Smash Bros, they literally will do anything to stop that from happening. You can technically... Oh, you can't link it up. That's Mario Golf. You could on the N64, though. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on Xbox. I got the Series X, and I love it. I don't have the combo pack, but I have both games separately, if that says anything. VR Boy? Super Mario Odyssey's second trailer, or the first one, would be my favorite. I did buy Mario Party Superstars, and it is great. Okay, I'm gonna play Sonic Spinball. I played Sonic R and beat the game, if that says anything. I am more than willing to play bad Sonic games, and good ones. Alright, I'm gonna try calibrating this. I think I've just played so much Wii Sports recently that I'm getting kind of fatigued. See that? You know whose fault that is? That's my fault. The game is very precise. It picks up your bad wrist action. Yeah, console I owned. The 201 Zelda trailer? I don't even know what that is. I need to play a little more of Switch Sports before coming to that conclusion, but... oh boy. It's not gonna be pretty. I'll ask Tyler and Benta, I think his name is, what they want to play. Tennis and golf would be cool. Why not? Or let's play a round of golf. You guys, we're playing golf before the fall. Nintendo, you're gonna come after us. There has to be some sort of Sonic game that's on the Super Nintendo where you play as Sonic and rescue Mario in cages. That's a really good concept for a game. I would also say that another good concept would be having a Mario game where the main gameplay mechanic is shutting doors. So we're going to play more Wii Sports Club. As you can see, online's actually really good. When it's active, it works quite well. But when it doesn't work, that's because no one's playing the game. So I think we're going to play some golf. Get your gamepad ready. Alright. Playing golf in the summer? Well, it's technically spring. It would be autumn in Australia. I think we'll do 9 holes and then about wrap this up. Wait, hold on. Did I choose online? Yeah. So we are going to play some golf. 9-hole round. Let's play some resort. Now, with the Wii U gamepad, I realize that I have an iced coffee on the floor, and that is the last thing that I'd want broken. But the Wii U gamepad, my cat knocked it over a few weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, never mind, this is the Wii U gamepad. And of course, nothing happened. Berto and Tyler. We are going to play some golf. We'll launch this fall. Yeah, Uncle Al is one of the few Nintendo fans who are fans on Twitter who's willing to call Nintendo out. Of course, you guys, most of you, I would say anyone watching this stream, you guys don't approve a lot of the stuff Nintendo is doing, but I've noticed a lot of YouTubers don't cover it. So we are going to play some golf. I will say the gamepad thing is kind of a silly gimmick that might not have the most substance, but I mean, for the first few times, it's cool. Sometimes it will say nice shot and then it'll go in the water, but fortunately, it looks like it's just on the rough here. Man, that's rough. Sonic Colors is pretty cool. I played the one on the DS. Glad YouTube recommends quality videos. After the 100th million video about the Ice Cream Mario Kart track, who wants to see a guy talk about Wii Sports Club? What's my rarest game? Well, I got a lot of rare games. I have the Donkey Kong Country Trilogy, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker Live and... Oh! Rare game in the sense of hard to find? So here's what happens with a lot of games. The things that become expensive aren't necessarily the rarest. It's just the supply and demand. The Pokemon games are not rare in the slightest. They sold millions, tens of millions, but the demand is sky high because they've never re-released the Game Boy Advance games or the DS games. But in the sense of being uncommon, I would say Wii Sports Club, Game & Wario is another one. Yeah, I would say probably those two. Chibi Robo, quite a few of the Virtual Boy games. Edgy Hills. I did not know that about 3D Land. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I like making videos that I like to make. And I'm glad you guys like it too. M&M's kart racing. WarioWare Twisted is expensive too. Conker's Bad Fur Day versus Banjo-Kazooie. I like Conker more because there's nothing else like it. Game & Wario I think is pretty cool. The only thing that was disappointing is the multiplayer wasn't that great. My friend and I were playing Nintendo Land, and I introduced him to Game & Wario, and unfortunately it did not have the multiplayer that I would have expected it to. No, I would say Wii Sports Club was more of an interesting experiment than anything else. It's fairly inoffensive, it's just a remake of Wii Sports, and at the time it released, it was 2013 to 14, and most people had Wii Sports anyway. I'd say Switch Sports is worse because that is a game that was made to capitalize on the success of Wii Sports and try to reinvent the series when in reality, it doesn't even feel like a Nintendo game. Shovel Knight's a great game. Alright, Alex, good to see you. Yeah, 3D World had a bad reveal. I remember when it was revealed like it was yesterday. They literally showcased the most standard Mario locations, but then in the second trailer, we saw the Double Cherry power-up, the levels in World Bowser. A lot of cool stuff there. I will always say that 3D World is a phenomenal game, even if it's not a true 3D Mario game to some people, because the problem I had with 3D Land wasn't so much the gameplay, it was the fact that it really wasn't creative in any way. It's one of the most generic play-it-safe Mario games. I will say the golf course looks a bit bland, but other than that, fairly nice. Yo, check that out. Wii Sports Club, I don't even know what to consider it. This is definitely not a typical Wii Sports game, or even a game in the Wii series. It's just so bizarre from everything about the way it was handled with the release and just the presentation. It looks a bit more realistic, and I love the realistic style in Brawl, but here it's a bit jarring considering that the colors are way more muted. I don't see it as much on my TV because, like I said in the video, my settings look quite nice, and I don't need to modify it just for Wii Sports Club. But I will say I like this presentation more than the one in Switch Sports. Even though it's a bit faded, it still definitely has at least some of the charm that Mii games had. I don't know. I wish I could tell you why Nintendo is trying to make it an esport. It seems more people now prefer the linear 3D Mario games. I like both the linear and open world, but I feel like Odyssey is the only open world 3D Mario game that got most of the mechanics and everything pretty much about the game right. Sunshine, I love the concept of it, but the blue coins really weren't necessary. 64 just hasn't aged too well. But that's okay, the game released in 1996, I wouldn't expect it to. Friday Night Funkin' seems like one of those kind of games that people hate because it's trendy. I just don't really have much of an opinion on it. Yeah, some of the music is reused from Galaxy. I definitely noticed that. Mario Sunshine is a good game. I just feel like it needed more development time. A remake would really benefit the game. Mario 64 is underrated. If we're talking on the DS, possibly, but not the original. Switch Sports is realer than Wii Sports Club. I'm not sure what you mean by that. And I did not do too well. I got a double bogey, but that's okay. A bogey is actually pretty good in real golf. But in Mario Golf, they make it seem like the worst thing ever. Yeah, Sunshine has some ridiculously difficult missions. Oh, if you think it's better than Wii Sports Club, by all means, you're entitled to your opinion. As long as you're not yelling at everyone who has a different opinion, that's fine. I'm not gonna yell at you for liking Switch Sports. But in my opinion, Wii Sports Club isn't even that great, but I do think it's better than Switch Sports solely because the sports feel more fleshed out, they feel better to play. And at least the presentation, it has the same amount of charm that at least the original Wii Sports did. The Sportsmates, I've messed around with the game a little bit. There's barely any customization. Like, there's barely any hairstyles. The clothes are just the same pretty much, but in different colors. And also, just they don't look as good as the Mii's. The thing that made Mii's fun is they're simplistic, but also very fun characters to look at. There's a lot you can do with them. Yeah, Club is very weird. Yeah, you can use the Mii's in Switch Sports, but they never look right. They don't look like they belong in the game. Yeah, I don't know why it was included either. Yeah, Galaxy did have difficult missions, but never as bad as the ones in Sunshine. Alright, I'm going to eat dinner soon, so I'm gonna have to leave the stream in about 5 minutes. I think the golf match is gonna be extremely long, so I hate to bail, but a man's gotta eat. But I'll definitely do this again, because online's really good. Maybe I should do a follow-up reviewing the online. Luigi's Purple Coins was a little bit difficult, but not too bad. There's also a bowling game on the Switch called 10 Pin Strike. That was one of the weird games that only had a case and a download code. I can play now and then you're gonna leave. I will play this again. See, sometimes it's difficult to tell where the ball is going to go because the slopes aren't visually indicated. I would say that a lot of Nintendo's games now aren't even great. I can't think of a multiplayer game outside of Mario Party Superstars and Smash that isn't an unfinished mess. That was it. That was pretty much just the amount of lag that you get from this game. Had to play it safe there. Oh, you can? I wish I knew that. Thanks. Almost got it. The theme tab has been there for 5 years. Maybe if we wait another decade, we'll get themes. We got folders after 5 years. Why is the Skylanders Switch game so expensive? LA Beast could probably do that. I only saw the first Sonic movie. I'm gonna see the second one though. Eating Switch Joy-Cons? Well, I can say the cartridges won't be tasty. Yeah, I am a fan of Smash. I think Nintendo got the concept of Toys to Life good with Amiibos because they're compatible with all kinds of different games, even to this day. They recently reprinted the Kirby ones. Thank you, Luigi Estevez Spongy Pie! That is a very nice donation once again. Thank you very much, and I will use that to get a Mountain Dew. I did not know that there was an unused minigame mode. Bogey. Double bogey. Nice. Alright guys, thanks for joining the stream. Definitely will do this again. Thank you to Tyler and Bento for joining me online. And I am going to have some dinner. And then I'll lose my appetite when I start writing the script for the Switch Sports video. Goodbye.